Hey, what's going on? I'm Rah, your self-accountability coach. I also have the gift to channel, and today I'm going to dive in deeper on a video that I did on TikTok. This particular video is titled Expectations. So I value your time as much as I value mine. Let's dive right in. This video that we're gonna dive in on is a TikTok video that I filmed, and it's always gonna be linked down in the bottom in the description box in case you just wanna know exactly what I'm talking about. And if you want to be ahead of the curve, go ahead and follow me on TikTok so you always know what I'm talking about in advance. Naturally, a lot of us grow up with a lot of expectations. Our parents have expectations on us, we have expectations on others, so on and so forth. There's also a point of time where expectations become a hindrance in our life, and they kind of intercept themselves into our journey and kind of throw us off a little bit. So we're just gonna dive into the video that I talked about. People that do nice things for others just so that they can have that self-validation of being a good person, or they just wanna seem like a good person to outside parties, but really they're not right within. So let's talk about it. First things first, I do want to put out a discretion because I know that people are very good at manipulating. I want to make sure that I'm making this very clear. I am not by any means saying that people should not be thankful or grateful for people when they do things for them, or that they shouldn't do nice things in return. That's not what I'm saying at all. So let's go ahead and get that table clear. I definitely believe that people should reciprocate, period. At the same time, the world that we live in is indeed a world with what seems like a lot of people that are not polite, that do not receive grace, that, you know, aren't grateful. And we tend to jump into bed with those people very quickly before we give time to getting to know them and figuring out who they are, what they stand for, what their morals are, if they even have morals. So this is kind of like a fail-safe way to make sure that you're walking through life, still living in your purpose, still helping people the way you're supposed to help people, but not get taken advantage of. You know what I'm saying? So this is one of those videos where it's gonna be like, ooh, push and pull on both sides, because either way you look at it, if you fall too far on one polar opposite or the other, you could either be a serial victim or a serial manipulator, whatever. I just want us all to become balanced. So the whole purpose is to make sure that we're aware and to know that there's so many people in this world that make us feel betrayed and hurt us. I really feel like when we are not accountable, when we don't show up for ourselves or know how to move in life, we often turn into the people that hurt us. And that's what I'm trying to avoid. So for me personally, I don't like to see people giving from a cup that is not overflowing. Baby, if you haven't figured it out by now, your cup should be overflowing before you give or do anything for anybody that could cause strain on your life. Because at the end of the day, you start to build an expectation of another person filling your cup, and in all actuality, you are supposed to be the one that monitors your cup and make sure it's always full. God is gonna be the one to help you refill your cup. It turns into a very transactional scenario or a transactional relationship or experience in life when you're always expecting other people to constantly give back what you're giving. And that mentality breeds a space of victim mentality and manipulation. So why do I see being over polite or over giving or giving with expectation as something that's a bad thing? I have three major things that I look at when I'm dealing with this type of person or I'm hearing this type of conversation around me. Three top things, and I already mentioned it before. Because your relationships become very transactional and not operating from a loving place. You stay in a partnership or a situation longer than you need to. And you rob yourself with the mindset of borrowing from Peter to pay Paul. Let's get into the first one. So I'm just gonna go through this. I'm not going to even state which one is for what. I'm just going to go ahead and explain it to you all. So let's look at this deeper. So you start to feel like this person owes you something, and you low-key start to hold yourself hostage. Think about a time where somebody owed you something and they didn't pay you back, or they were stringing you along, or they were nickel and diming you, and you were like, man, when they pay me back, or when they give me what I want, or when they give me what I need, I'm out of here. Like, I can't wait to be done with this person. I can't wait to rid them taken from my life. And baby, people have told me this. Like, a lot of the things that I talk about, I've already experienced. And I have been that person that I'm like, no, that person is gonna pay me back. I refuse, blah, 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 blase, blase. And I promise you, the second that I started to realize that when I let go and literally let God, I get paid back in a whole different way that means so much more to me than whatever it was that I did. I now free my mind and free my space to make the money back or pour back into myself, and I'm good. And they're usually like, if they were ever trying to finesse me, they're usually not good. So, you know, that's their business. I'm not looking for it, but I just noticed the pattern. So really, I have to start to realize that when I noticed I didn't have enough to give, whether it's monetary, emotions, time, space, myself, attention, I realized I was running myself very thin. I didn't have enough for me to run off of. And like I said before, you are the manager of your own emotions, of your own time, of your own love, of your own cup. You govern and guard your own cup. So when you don't have enough to give, you can't afford it. You really can't afford to do those type of things for people. And sometimes we allow those people to guilt trip us and make us believe that we're just these bad people. And we're not. If you don't have it to give, you don't have it to give. And whatever they believe or say after that, that's just what they say. You have to make sure that you come first, your kids come first, your household comes first, your family that you create comes first. And then if you have enough to give after that, then so be it. Because a lot of times when you give, when you don't have it to give, you end up worse off than you were before. Let's just be honest about that. Next part is for the person that's giving and expecting. That self-righteous behavior is only gonna always put you in a place where you're scaling people. I'm a good person, they're not. They're a good person, they're cool. You know, it's not for you to judge, because at the end of the day, you don't know that person's story, you don't know where they came from, you don't know what they've been through, and you take so much energy, time, and attention away from yourself when you're basically judging like that and setting the stage up for you to begin to judge. It just doesn't make any sense. And I noticed that there are a lot of people out here that tend to do a lot of nice things for people and create this environment where people need them. And the second that that person pisses them off, they snatch the rug from underneath them. That is just dirty. Like, that's dirty. So to protect yourself from being in scenarios and situations like that, you gotta keep an eye out for these type of people that are just always trying to do so much for you. Yeah, you deserve it. At the same time, you have to look out for the manipulations in life. There's so many things, like, you don't know other people's intentions. And really and truly, if you don't need what they're giving, don't take it. Let it be somebody else's blessing that really needs it. That's, you know, and that we starting to get into gluttony when we talk about that. You don't really need it, and somebody's just being nice. You think they're being nice, but really your bill is running up, and they're gonna hit you with, you owe me. And you're gonna be sitting here like, I don't owe, like, just let's avoid. Let's just avoid the process altogether. And you know, it's funny because in the video, Ego was saying some profound things. Actually, let's go ahead and play the clip.
Now that's facts. Doing things from the kindness of your heart does not come with a side of expectations and a dash of ego. You do for people without expectations. Damn.
I love Ego so much because she really just was like, oh crap, is that me? Like, I'm Ego, that's what I do. And the thing about it is, you have to give without expectation. The only way to truly, fully feel wholeness and fulfillment is to make sure that your cup is overflowing when you give. You're not giving with expectation. You're not, you know, trying to trap somebody. You're not trying to seem nice. All of those things, you're doing them for outside reasons and outside sources outside of yourself. You know, if you're trying to give to kind of get somebody to be like, oh, I feel like I owe them, I feel bad, then you're looking for love and attention and attachment when you should have the love within yourself. I had to make Ego say those words and look like, dang, did I just say that? Is that me? Because she's realizing herself in that moment. And the thing about giving when your cup is full, and I've already said this, you get so much more back. and the reward is bigger and greater than you could have ever even imagined. Like, and you know, a lot of people like to be like, I did this, I want to see this back. Like, I don't need to know why I'm getting good karma back, you know. And I've been saved in a lot of situations where I could have been in a really horrible situation and God showed up in my life at the right timing. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, Lord. And I just felt so blessed, and I just understood that that was divinely guided. I don't need to know what good deed I did in the past is the reason why I got that. I don't care. I just want to keep doing it so I can keep receiving that. You know, I would much rather have wholesome people, loving, truly loving people in my life than having someone that seems good with strings attached. I don't want that. I don't need that. So yeah, that type of joy, that dose of joy means so much. And if you can keep that vibration where you're just flowing with that, oh my goodness, it is euphoric. So thank you so much for staying to the end of this video. I really truly appreciate you. If you haven't already, definitely check out my TikTok so you can stay ahead of the curve. I also post these videos on my Instagram, so definitely follow me on Instagram. I post in my stories. I go a little deeper in the captions on the videos that I post. I have a little bit more room than I do on TikTok, and I interact with you guys a lot more on Instagram. And if you're interested in me channeling, or you just want some extra information that I share with my team, with my tribe, definitely check me out on Patreon. I would love to see you guys there. It helps me so much when you all click the like button, you share the videos, and you watch it all the way through. I truly greatly appreciate you for that. Thank you so much for being here and sharing your stories down in the comment section. I love to hear it. So I will see you guys later. Thank you so much for being here. Peace, love, and a little bit of spice. I'll see you later. Mwah.